Hey guys, welcome to Art with Mrs. Stoopy today. So we voted on our pictures, and the one with the most votes was our colorful ostrich. So that will be the one that we are doing today. So wait for some more people to hop on, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hey Patricia, welcome. So saying that the ostrich won today in the voting, so that's what we're going to be doing. Do you have the girls with you today, Patricia, to do the art? Hi, Mimi. Hi, Heidi. Hi, girls, if you're watching. So I said we're going to be doing the ostrich art today. So we're going to wait for a few more people to hop on, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome, girls, if you're watching too. Just Rylan and Piper sleeping. There you go. All right. Let's see. What time is it? All right. We'll go ahead and get started. So if you're just joining us, I said that we are doing our colorful ostrich today. That was the one that got the most votes. So if that was the one that you picked, go ahead and pop a heart up on our invite here, or on our Facebook Live, I should say. I'm personally glad that we picked that one because that one was super cute. All right, so how we're going to do that is, let me pull it up on my screen, is we're actually going to start with the beak of the ostrich first. And we're going to pick about probably the center of our paper here. We're going to go ahead and create that beak. So we're kind of just, I don't know what you would describe this as. Not a windmill, but it's very symmetrical. The top and the bottom are kind of the same shape, and then the sides are the same shape as well. Hi, Sammy. Like so. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. So that is our beak. We actually could probably go a little bit wider on the top. Let's go ahead and do that. Make it look more bird-like. And we can always change it as we move on. Hi, Dawn. Welcome. All right, so here's our beak. Now we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the details to the beak, so we're done with it. So we have our little mouth part, where the ostrich's mouth open and closes. Like so. Then we have our little nose holes. Like that. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and draw the eyes. So the eyes are, I would say, maybe about half a finger away from the nose. We're just gonna draw some nice big circles here. They're kind of right up from that bend in the nose. And they're quite large. And then the shape kind of comes down to a very mild point in the center, kind of where the tear ducts are. And then you can go ahead and erase the lines if you did multiple circles like I did. Hi, Isabel. Welcome. All right, so those are our eyes. Now we're going to go ahead and draw the pupil, which is quite big as well. And then they have a little reflection dot in them. And actually, they're more towards the inner part of the eye, so I'm going to go ahead and change the shape of those. They're kind of touching that inner line of the eye here. And again, we can kind of fix them up as we go. All right, so we have our eyes and our nose. Now I'm just going to do kind of a rough sketch of how big I want the ostrich's head, but I'm going to do it light because I don't want it to come through on my watercolors. So I'm going to do just a nice little circle here for its head. And then I'm going to go down and do its neck, and its neck is kind of directly under its head and then goes off to the side. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Susan. Like so. And I'm going to kind of erase my sketch lines here. All right, so now that I kind of have a rough estimate on where everything is, I'm going to go ahead and add the color. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to color yellow around the ostrich's head, and I'm going to do the orange beak. So I'm going to do the orange beak first, just so I kind of have that layout. And I'm thinking I want this side of its beak just a little bit longer before I paint it. Okay, so I'm going to get my orange. And I'm just going to color in this whole beak here. And again, while you're painting it, if you decide you do want it even longer or thinner or thicker, you can always change that up with your paints. Like, I think I'm going to make the bottom of its beak a little bit pointier. So I'm going to go a little bit farther than my drawing. And I'm going to follow the edge of that beak. Now, if you're using markers or crayons or color pencils, you can just color this completely in. Remember, you don't have to use watercolors, just use what you have. All right, now for the fun part. Like I said, I'm going to start with my yellow first, and I'm actually going to use my yellow to kind of map out where all of my ostrich's head is. So I'm going to start, and I'm actually going to start out and come into that beak. And I'm just making kind of feather-like strokes. They don't have to be perfect because I'm going to be putting a bunch of different colors on this really pretty rainbow ostrich here. So I kind of want them to like swoop out a little bit. So I'm just going to make those kind of marks. Come down. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go right above his eye, follow the line of its eye and come down. And you can do this with markers as well. Just do yellow lines. Again, I want to make it kind of swoop out, so I'm going to do those front lines here. And then I'm going to use the yellow underneath the eye as well. And I'm going to make these lines a little bit shorter because the side of its face is a little bit shorter than the top. I'm going to come down. Just doing little strokes again. Go again to the other side. I'm going by the face, following the line of that eye, and just flicking out. Again, keeping the bottom of the face a little bit shorter than the rest. And we're just kind of using the yellow to map out where everything's going before we add all the rest of that color. And then I'm going to make it a little bit more solid around the mouth. Hi, Jack. Welcome. All right. Next, I'm going to use my pink. Let's see. Do I have a pink? I don't have a pink watercolor pan paint, but I do have a pink watercolor pencil. So I'm actually just going to kind of re-sketch out the line of my neck here. And just lightly color in my whole neck. Just so I can kind of get the shape of that. Again, this is with a watercolor pencil. Then I'm just going to take a wet paintbrush and kind of smear that all in. Hi, Tina. Welcome. Hi, Isabel. I hope you're feeling better. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with my second lightest color, which is going to be my green. So I'm going to go in with a very bright green. And I'm going to go ahead and follow the shape of my ostrich and add in those greens. And this is where you could kind of take, oh good, I'm glad. Artistic license. Maybe you like some colors rather than others. If you wanted to make all pink and purple ostrich, you can. Again, I'm just trying to follow the shape of my circle here. We're kind of just getting those base colors in. And then when we add those darker colors is when we'll add more detail. And then my green kind of goes into my yellow over here. So I'm going to put some green on top of there. All right, and then I'm going to look and see if there's any other, I don't see any green on the bottom, so I'm going to leave that alone. All right, my next color I'm going to go in is with my pink. And again, I don't own a pink pan watercolor, so I'm going to go in with my pink watercolor pencil. And I have a lot of pink underneath the eye. I'm going to go ahead and draw those in. And then it's very dark pink underneath. The beak. So really put a lot of pink right there. Same thing goes for this side. I have quite a bit of pink over here. And a lot of pink underneath the beak. And then I'm going to take my wet watercolor brush. I'll go ahead and smear those out. And then I'm going to go ahead and add, my blue up top, and then I'm going to move down to my neck with my pink later. So I have a lot of blue up top. Hi, Sue. Welcome. I'm just making those feather-like strokes. And then while I have the blue on my paintbrush, I'm going to go ahead and erase these side pencil lines for the head. I'm going to go ahead and paint my eyes in. And let's see here. Go ahead and use this brush. And they are blue too. They're a little bit lighter blue, but I think I'm going to use a dark blue. So I'm going to go ahead and color this whole eye in blue, and then I'll go over again with my black later. Hi, Jen and Rebecca. Welcome. So again, just kind of filling in those eyes. I can kind of clean them up later with my black if I made them a little bit too big or if I made my pupils too small. I can make those bigger with my black later. All right. I'm actually thinking I'm just going to go ahead and cover up this whole part right here. It's going to look a little weird for right now, but just so I can see the shape of my eye a little bit better. So this one I think I'm going to make a little bit bigger. And this one I'm going to fix the shape on the inside a little bit. All right, now let's go ahead and do the bottom part. Again, going back in with our blue. Totally, that sounds fine, Jen. That'll be a lot easier. Then you can watch the replay and pause it when you need it. I think this ostrich is so cute, not only because it's colorful, but it's so fluffy. So just adding in those blue feathers. Again, you can make this ostrich as fluffy as you want. Maybe you want to make him bigger or smaller than the drawing, totally. I'm going to go out a little bit, I think, on the bottom feathers. Make him kind of have like a little bit of an edge right here. Then I'm going to go back in, and now I'm going to bring in some more of my green. Bring in some of my green on top of this blue here. And if you go over your beak at all, don't worry, you can always clean it up later. So trying to get rid of that white near my beard. Go. And I'm thinking, since my pink on my pan isn't showing up so well, I'm going to go in with a light purple instead, over where I had originally placed that pink, just because I think it'll show up a little bit better. I think that looks much better. Then we do it again on the other side. I'm going to make my ostrich a little bit fluffier than the picture. But again, we want to keep that kind of negative space around his eyes until we're done with the eyelashes. And then I'm going to blend some of that purple over my blue-green area so they kind of all blend together. And then again, we have that pink up in the top part of his hair. So I'm going to go ahead and put some purple up there. And then I'm going to go back through with my yellow and kind of fill up any gaps that I might have missed. Get rid of any white. And bring my yellow up a little bit higher right here. All right, then I'm gonna go down to my neck and do that kind of gradient that he has down here. So he has a little bit of purple first. Hi, Carrie. Welcome. And then after purple, they have pink. And I'm going to go ahead and use a red instead, just lightly. Because I think a light red over my pink will look kind of pink. I know. I think he's so cute, Carrie. I don't know if it's just the fluffiness or the rainbowness or a combination of both, but super cute little drawing. And then I'm going to switch down to purple again. I'm following the width of his neck, but going a little bit out on the outside so you can kind of tell that he's fluffy. And then I'm kind of coming up into that first layer just right above it to kind of blend those in. And then go to purple again. Oops, not purple, sorry, red again. Hi, Juliana. And then it has blue at the very bottom. And the blue kind of finishes it off. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it with blue down here. Kind of looks like some sort of Sesame Street creature with all the colors. So that is the bottom of my cute little bird here. And then I think I'm going to go in with the black. And then if I see anything that I want to like touch up or change, then I'll do that. So for my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and outline them first in my black. And let me check and see if I like their shape. I think I really like this one. I'll go ahead. And we kind of want it thick towards the top. And then we're just going to kind of go out like that. And I'll finish the rest of the eyelashes. And then same thing with this one. I want to go thin and out. This guy has cat eye eyeliner to put many ladies to shame. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and color in his pupils here. And like I said, the pupils are kind of touching that inside line. Like so. I'm going to go ahead and color that all in. I'll add the reflection later. And then add another one over here. Again, making sure it's kind of touching that inside line. Oops. And if you're wondering what I'm coloring in, I'm just doing my brushed pen again for my black. Alright, so now we got our eyes. Now we got to do these beautiful eyelashes this ostrich has. And we kind of come out at all different lengths. Some are really thin, some are a little bit thicker. And they just have lots of eyelashes. And then as they get towards the bottom, they kind of curve down towards the eye. And then he has some bottom lashes that go like so. We're going to go ahead and do it on this other eye. Again, do these top lashes. And then they kind of come out to the side. A little bit shorter as they go. Then they start going horizontal. Then they start going down. And then they come up from the bottom, thin, and then a thick, like so. And then I think I have quite a few lashes on this side, not enough on this side, so let's add some more. Over here. All right, so those are the lashes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and trace its beak. Hi, Dan. Thank you. Then we're going to trace the line. And the nose. All right. And then let me double check if I need to outline anything else. I think that's good. So what I'm gonna do is, now that I kind of have my eyes and everything, I'm gonna see if I need to add any extra feathers or length to anything to kind of finish him out. So let's see. I'm noticing that there's like a lot of purple on this side and it didn't show up as well on this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and come here and I'm gonna follow that line of the eye. I'm gonna add a little bit more purple to this side. And kind of bring those feathers down to his beak here. And do the same here. And then I think I'm gonna add some more yellow around the top of both of his eyes. And kind of just add it to his top feathers as well. Like so. He's so cute. I can't get over it. I love this little ostrich. And then we're gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of blue to the bottom. And I'm gonna go over his neck a little bit. Like so. And then I think the last thing I'm gonna do, let me touch his eyes. Okay, they're dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my white. Actually, I'm wondering if I have a white watercolor pencil. No, that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna dip in my white. And then I'm just gonna make that little reflection spot. It might not show up right away. Let me get a lot of white on here. We're gonna put another one over here. All right, so now he has his little reflection spots. Hi, Stephanie, welcome. All right, and then I'm gonna take his orange and just clean up around his nose, and then I think that's gonna be it. So I'm gonna take my orange and just get over any feathers that I might have brought a little bit too far into his nose. All right, and that is our ostrich today. Now, if you guys use any different color combinations or if you created this little guy today, I would love to see him. I honestly could just keep on working on him because I feel like I could just make him fluffier and fluffier and fluffier. But sometimes you just got to stop before you're like, whoa, too much. So I'm going to go ahead and take my marker. And as always, sign and date your art. I hope you guys had fun with our ostrich today. Thank you for voting. I think if you would like to keep on voting on that past post, I might pick the second highest voted picture on that for tomorrow. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks, Carrie. As always, if you recreate these, tag me in it, post it as a photo comment, share it to my page. I would absolutely love to see it. All right, bye guys. Thanks.